The young girl's pacific nature caught my attention at a reading group cloistered in its enthusiasm for the hackneyed becoming. A breeze wafted between the columns of contemporary isolation, and I found that by focusing on her pillowy cheeks, I could augment an erection, inflame it even, in the feckless seesawing motions of the multitude as they tranced out to interpretation. In Pornographia, Witold Gombrowicz has the narrator muse that all situations in the world are figures, as he witnesses two youths perform a vacuous intimacy. He dignifies his imaginary sense of injustice by using a boy who he's chosen to be an interloper in the couple's romance, and bring him into dialogue with the deeper meanings of his surroundings. Written 23 years after Ferdy Dirk, Gombrowicz's later novel disavows his earlier ironic distance to immaturity. Preferring the bowels to the mask, he fabricates secretly a world made out of the refuse of a higher world of culture, a domain of trash, inadmissible passions, a secondary domain of compensation. That is to say, pornography. Hashtag Zukowski. Hashtag Poem Beginning V. Hashtag The Public School. Hashtag Cage 83. Hashtag Deleuze. Hashtag Guattari. Hashtag Mille Plateaus. Hashtag Becoming. Hashtag Rake. Hashtag Pornographia. Hashtag Tselem. Hashtag Witold Gombrowicz. Hashtag Ferdy Dirk. Hashtag Preliminary Materials for a Theory of the Young Girl. Hashtag Clairefontaine. Hashtag Fulvia Carnevale. Hashtag Tikkun. Hashtag Julien Coupat. Hashtag Breakup. Hashtag Non-consensual publicity. Hashtag Narrative Thread. Interning for an online arts and literature magazine, Le Dernier Cri with middle management and tablet-gazing Illuminati, the girl wonders if she hangs together suitably. This not being her first foray into personal display, she intuits that affirming, to work for, the stream of horizontal information that defines her non-paying employer's value demands donning an existential freshness. As well, the next series of intrigues, a new job, lover, town, extracurricular activity. She is a seductive mix of naive certainty, spherical contemplation, and wit. A timeless figure whose grace parcels out a high currency to that which she deems consumption-worthy. Hatched from the century of the self, she's in the black lodge of Ren Fair, the child of bourgeois moderation, receiving marching orders to find herself in the fragments of her immediate surroundings. An affair will certainly entail a descent into a land spacious with magazine covers and referentiality. A recurrent and rich hell where fantasies of her identity will haunt my attention. Hashtag Triple Canopy. Hashtag Unpaid Internship. Hashtag The Little Shop Girls Go to the Movies. Hashtag The Salaried Masses Duty and Distraction. Hashtag Siegfried Krakauer. Hashtag The Century of the Self. Hashtag Adam Curtis. Hashtag Ecstasy. Hashtag Oblivion. Hashtag Renfair. Hashtag Playground. Hashtag Read. Hashtag College Traditions. Hashtag Felix Bernstein. Asterisk. Certain LaGuardia, the popular NYC art high school, students commit themselves to a subversive ideal of art that involves a sparkling social life at large Upper West Side apartments and using a ton of drugs when mom and dad are out. A girl, for instance, took a shit in the dishwasher, then later died of an overdose in her 20s. Had she survived, this memory would be the thrilling secret she would chalk up to the romance of adolescence or the mind-altering effects of drugs. After the party ends, any commitment to art is lost, and there is either death or conformity to middle-brow grown-up values. Or, if they wish to remain true to their pipe dreams, they endorse liberal values, such as marijuana reform, women's rights, and gay marriage, all of which involve the trading up of identities. The drug abuser becomes the neurotic, anxious patient, the woman gets the privilege or power of the man, the sodomite becomes the nuclear father. In all of these trade-ups, they strive to reach an ideal like that of the shit in the dishwasher, a subversion that remains within the comfort of the middle-class living room of mom and dad, that will be discussable on MSNBC, even if it raises eyebrows. Hashtag choice, neoliberal. Hashtag libertarian feminism. Hashtag intersectionality bullies. Hashtag tiger beatdown. Hashtag Flavia Zaudan. Hashtag catabasis. Inviting a passional obsession, I'd peruse the young girl's photos on Facebook until they became a reservoir of familiar scenes. Clicking through, I'd invest these captured moments with a panoply of libidinous significance. She is among her friends, posing in slips at a clearing in the forest, a close-up of trousers with a DIY patch. She was in a photo booth, on a junk raft, genuinely shocked at a party, sitting on gravel with arms wrapped around her legs, pensively remote in a crowd of peers. With the acuity with which wasps build nests with tree dust and saliva, I was constructing paper-thin walls out of the reflection of her image. Les miroirs sont les portes, by lesquelles l'amour va et vient. And our visits together were mounting in intensity and frequency. Hashtag étant donné. Hashtag John Berger. Hashtag classical portrait painter painting a nude. Hashtag privilege. Hashtag gaze. Hashtag the young girl and the selfie. Hashtag Sarah Graham. Hashtag Yukio Mishima. Hashtag confidential criticism. Hashtag debasement. Hashtag narcissism. Hashtag la jalousie. Hashtag Emily Sundblad. Hashtag John Kelsey. Hashtag predilection. Hashtag girls. Hashtag images. Hashtag collection. Hashtag la belle et la bête. Hashtag mirror. Hashtag Orphée. Hashtag Cocteau. Installed in many homes, the Minitel was France's first glimpse of pervasive communication. Letting its users chat with one another, make online purchases, train reservations, check stock prices, search the telephone directory, and have a mailbox. In Virginie Despentes' novel, Fuck Me, set in the French banlieues, before a killing spree takes the characters on a voyage, one of them has a revelation, ignited by a ringing phone, minutes after she strangles her roommate. The phone has always seemed hostile and menacing to her. No way of knowing who's calling or why. Always the same ring, whatever the news is. The feeling that people on the outside are trying to keep an eye on her, track her down right to her place and let her know that they can get in when they want. Now she's done something that makes the fear of telephones a reality. All those stupid worries, that low rumble of fear, that feeling of being left out, all those familiar things that had no meaning for her. Well, now she's done what was needed to make her reality and the reality of others coincide a little better. Hashtag Bartleby the Scrivener. Hashtag preference. Hashtag fascination. Hashtag neurasthenia. Hashtag Minitel. Hashtag Virginie Despentes. Hashtag punchline. Hashtag of the slopes. Hashtag outsiders. Hashtag brigands. Hashtag baise-moi. Hashtag Bruce Benderson. Hashtag toward the new degeneracy. Hashtag Leon Bloy. Hashtag über seinen eigenen Schatten springen. Hashtag Gynocracy song. On a sunny afternoon in the park, the young girl joined me with whiskey and climbed on my lap while I recounted how, as a teenager, an opossum died in my backyard. I'd made a habit of visiting the corpse daily. It was in the beginning of autumn, and the coolness slowed down putrefaction, denying me the eruption of flesh and crawling maggots. But I was compensated for weeks with an almost imperceptible degeneration. Eventually, the skin on the cheeks withered around the bone as the muscle and fats leaked into the soil or evaporated. Her petite posterior gracefully adjusted, I paused, and looking down at the many holes in her torn black stockings, contemplated putting a finger in. Eventually the body was just a matted patch of hair, and I had contracted the uncanny ability to see reification. As I finished my story, she was dappled by the sun. About a dog I had whose face was equine, and every time I would look at the pup, I would see the opossum. Eventually, I just gave the dog away. She was far too far along, and besides, an old woman used to call nagging for her. Hashtag Marcy and Green. Hashtag Evan Williams. Hashtag Midwest. Hashtag Bardo Tudal. Hashtag Une saison en enfer. Hashtag I is another emotional landscape. Hashtag Iggy and the Stooges. Hashtag Your pretty face is going to hell. Hashtag Yoni. Hashtag Untitled 2003. Hashtag Andrea Frazier. Hashtag Lingham. Hashtag Ann Carson. Hashtag Decreation. Hashtag Simone Weil. Hashtag Loss of Appetite. Hashtag Der Tod und das Mädchen. Hashtag Santa Muerte. Hashtag Lethe. One evening she came over, and we sat on my bed and watched lovely Andrea, Hito Sterile's film about Japanese bondage. When the Ubu web stream stalled, I brought us sliced oranges and strawberries, and we discussed the term radical localism from a Kelly Green Chris Kraus book I'd been given the week before. At an impasse, we didn't so much as consent that the precarity of restraint was tedious, but began clumsily removing our round glasses as our bodies drew in, pulling off one another's clothing. Instantaneously, I saw her turn from trinkets of self-contained imagery to squiggling desire. In the bulge of her pelvis I found a whirlwind of hair and torrents of laughter. And at the moment her torso rose, I sunk my fingers into the shallow pocket of her vulva. Afterwards, to invade the quietness of her breaths, I paused at the tip of my tongue on her teeth, and as I drew in I felt her smile unlacing our bounds. Hashtag documentary. Hashtag Hito Sterile. Hashtag social practice. Hashtag radical localism. Hashtag funding. Hashtag Kelly Lake Store and other stories. Hashtag Chris Kraus. Hashtag objection cult. Hashtag unreliable narrator. Hashtag Danielle Serrera. Hashtag incubus. Hashtag là-bas. Hashtag Joris Karl Huysmans. Hashtag naturalisme spiritualiste. Hashtag shortness of breath. Hashtag presence. Hashtag Dialog mit der Jugend.